Joy Reid is over at MSNBC, and she's also a race-baiting, no-talent liar. But you knew that when I said she worked at MSNBC. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel.
The United States has a population of north of 327 million people. Why do we need more kids?
She's talking about the in vitro fertilization controversy. That's not a controversy. She's all, why do we need more kids? You know, last I checked, Joy Reid, kids are a good thing. I hope that's not news to you that kids are awesome.
I mean, your party, Senator Tuberville, is the one screaming that 10 million immigrants, which I don't even know that that number even makes any sense because it doesn't.
There's an argument. 10 million illegals coming over doesn't even make sense because it doesn't. Thank you, Joy Reid.
Have streamed into the country since Joe Biden has been president, and you're claiming that that's too many people.
Here goes. This is the first lie she says, is that Tom Tuberville or any Republican is saying the problem at the border is that illegals are coming over and we now have too many people. No one's ever once said we have too many people. All of the people claiming in world overpopulation are all Marxist, leftist, and Democrats. They're all greenie hysterics that say overpopulation is a problem. So no one in America has said the problem at the border is that there's too many people. That's lie number one from Joy Reid. Keep going, Joy.
That if more people come into the southern border, this is some sort of crisis because we've got too many people and we've got no more space and we can't afford more people.
Not only is no one saying there's too many people, but it's not made by the Republicans. Here's talking in New York about the immigrant crisis in New York.
Front in this crisis, knowing and having all the data about where the unrest is and what is happening and what people need, and that we need to make sure that we have something where one city bearing the brunt of this doesn't seem fair to me.
Here's a lady in Chicago. Tell me, does she look like a Tom Tuberville Republican complaining that there's too much of a population in America?
All this about refugees, no. What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States, into our communities. They're junking up our country. And I want you to know, Brandon Johnson, I understand what Breakmore's saying about we still on the plantation, but what you're looking at right now, this is what a free Negro look like. And I'm telling you, we're going to get our city back. We're going to stand for our people. We're going to get them out of our communities because they don't deserve to be there.
Joy Reid, that's what a free black woman sounds like. And she's not saying that the problem at the border is that there's just going to be too many people here. That's a lie.
But now you're saying we need more kids? Can you explain who's the we and what's the purpose?
I got to tell this crazy old shrew what is the purpose of kids. It's human life, which is wonderful, especially the innocence of youth and of kids. I want all of you all to think about your own children or your siblings or your nieces and nephews or your own parents and how it puts a smile on your face. People are wonderful. Someone explain that to Joy Reid, who stole Donald Trump's hair.
You're also a senator from the state of Alabama. God help the people there. Are you saying the state of Alabama needs more kids?
She's bringing up Alabama. Here's Alabama's population was recently eclipsed by South Carolina's, pushing Alabama to 24th in the state ranked by population. That puts it exactly in the middle of America in population density. Alabama's population growth is at 0.26% a year, 0.2%, which makes it rank 36th fastest growing state. That's not a problem. I don't get why Joy Reid is sounding the alarm. There's too many kids in Alabama. She's shrieking. MSNBC. They despise children. They're like a Disney witch villain. They eat them.
Why does the state of Alabama need more kids? More kids for what?
They're making the anti-kid. What for? Here's protecting Black life. Planned Parenthood targets minority neighborhoods. By the way, they've had their eye on Birmingham. And guess what is overrepresented in the kids that they get rid of? Blacks and Hispanics.
There was a time when the state of Alabama absolutely needed more kids because, Alabama was a slave state. And the mandate of the planter class in Alabama was for Black women to produce more kids because those kids were property. And they could work more kids and make more money on their plantations.
Okay, who has the agenda of having kids come to pick fruit? Here's a racist white Democrat, Jerry Nadler.
And we need immigrants in this country. Forget the fact that the farm, that our vegetables would rot in the ground if they weren't being picked by many immigrants, many illegal immigrants.
Okay, Joy Reid, who's trying to stock the plantation with people?
The fact is that the birth rate in this country is way below replacement level, which means our population is going to start shrinking. And the ratio of people on Social Security and Medicare is going to increase relative to the number of people supporting them.
Are you saying the state of Alabama needs more kids because you think that those populations will include people who are maybe destitute and desperate enough if you kick out the immigrants like a lot of y'all want to do, and you could make them do the work that the migrants are doing now?
Oh no, we're not talking about them having to do the work of migrants or poor Blacks on a plantation, but Nancy Pelosi has some insight from your party.
We have a shortage of workers in our country, and you see even in Florida, some of the farmers and the growers saying, why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops.
Because that kind of sounds slavery-ish. Is the state of Alabama the we? And is that the why? I mean, you're also a white guy.
How did I know that was coming? It's the white people. Okay, do these people sound like white people? Here's Eric Adams in New York.
This issue will destroy New York City.
As Black people who have been hurt continuously by the city and country it loves, it ain't our responsibility to take care of everybody else.
Why are Black people in Chicago and some communities so angry? Why is all this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment coming up? And I want to explain to folks, it's because if we cared as much about Black people and had over the decades as we do about everyone else, we wouldn't be here.
Are you saying the we is white folks need more kids?
Joy Reid, take a seat. I'm an expert on what white people think. Yes, white people, we want more kids. No, it's not because of why you think, which every time in your mind you hear a white person, you think we're obsessed with our own skin color. I don't wake up every day obsessed with what it means to be a white man. I get to just be. I hope that for you one day, Joy. That's what I want for you.
Is this like a great replacement thing where you're concerned that there's not enough white people in the population versus the growth of the Latino population, the Black population, and the Asian American population, and so the we is white people?
No, Joy, actually, it's not white people who are obsessed with how many people are coming into the population. So get that out of your head. It's your party that's obsessed. What people are being born and not born.
Need to make white women have more kids, and that's the we?
No, that's not the we. Here's the BET. Health Rewind. Abortion rates down in New York City, but highest for Black women. Because in New York City, while she's saying that I, as a white person, have a problem because I want more white kids here, Joy Reid's entire party is exterminating 50% of the Black unborn in New York. Which, by the way, if you were in the Klan, what would you desire a Black person to do but to never exist? Just remember, to all of my audience, that is the Democrat Party's #1 platform is your extermination because of your skin color.
And that's the why? Because it's a little creepy, a little Handmaid's Tale-y, don't you think?
Joy Reid, the problem is you don't think. And this has been another lovely Doug in Exile. We excoriate her. I hope I don't have to tell all of you why kids are wonderful. All kids, your kids, my kids. America needs more kids. I'm Doug in Exile.